Well, I think it's time for Martin to make a decision, right? Does he want to race? Does he not want to race? And how long does Joe Gibbs just sit back and Truex trying to decide, am I going to race again next year?
NASCAR fans, let's get into the details of one of the biggest burning questions in NASCAR right now. Will Martin Truex Jr. retire this year? Is he going to call it quits this year? Or does he have more laps left in him? We've got the scoop, the drama, and some serious insights on what's going down. So, what's Truex really thinking after what happened in the race at Sonoma? With no win this season yet, how does his decision affect his team JGR and other drivers looking for a great opportunity, especially with the news of SHR shutdown? Buckle up, because we've got all the juicy details and some wild speculation that'll keep you on the edge of your seat. So, it's that time of the year again, when rumors about Martin Truex Jr. start swirling like crazy. Everyone's asking, will Truex hang up his helmet at the end of this season? And honestly, folks, not even Truex himself seems to know the answer yet. This whole situation is like a never-ending soap opera, and the suspense is killing us all. Even former driver Kevin Harvick chimed in, questioning how long Truex can keep Joe Gibbs racing on the edge of their seats.
It stinks for Martin. You know, it's one of those scenarios where he had a good car in contention to win. They've had a few of those situations to where they've run out of gas or had something go wrong, strategy or the car or something as they get to the end of the race. But it always seems like it unwinds for him. I just think at this point, Joe Gibbs Racing has to say, okay, we got to move on. We got to do something different. There's the chaos of the constant questions, and it's hard to build a team. We're not winning races. We're running good, but we're not winning the amount of races for all the hassle and everything that goes with.
Harvick feels that the uncertainty regarding Martin Truex Jr.'s contract is hurting the overall performance of Joe Gibbs Racing, a team that he believes is a contender for the championship. While it has been thought that he might consider retiring after spending almost 2 decades racing in the Cup Series, he signed a contract extension last year. However, there is still no clarity on whether he will stay with the team after this season. Don't miss out on more thrilling NASCAR stories. Hit that subscribe button and join our racing community today. In his recent podcast, he shed some light on it, comparing it to his decision for retirement.
I think for me, I didn't want it to be this way. The scenario that I see with Martin Truex is not fair to his team. It's not fair to his team guys. It's not fair to his team to just continuously go through these scenarios of whether you're staying or whether you're going. You know, this is a sport of just being committed at the highest level every day. It's not that Martin isn't committed to doing the things that he's doing, but the uncertainty just doesn't allow you to go through the processes of building on a daily basis, because you don't know what's next year, and eventually it's bad for the team.
That's some straight talk right there. Moreover, Joe Gibbs Racing has been super patient with Truex, giving him all the time and space he needs. But with Stewart-Haas Racing dissolving next season, there are some hotshot drivers out there looking for a seat. You've got guys like Chase Briscoe, Noah Gragson, Josh Berry, who are itching to get behind the wheel. How long can Joe Gibbs Racing keep waiting? Will his delay in decision cause a problem for JGR? It might cause a problem because if Truex delays his decision, the team might lose on signing a good driver. And with SHR shutdown, that is almost like snatching opportunities from drivers looking for a garage. NASCAR spotter Brett Griffin has connected Noah Gragson's jeopardized future dots to Martin Truex Jr.'s decision. Martin Truex Jr. stepped into NASCAR decades ago in 2001. Aged 43, he's currently among the oldest active drivers. Moreover, since 2022, the Joe Gibbs Racing driver has teased about his retirement, but came back and raced. Because of this, speculations about his final year in the sport are doing rounds in the community. NASCAR spotter Brett Griffin pointed out that if Martin Truex Jr. retires, his charter could help Noah Gragson lock his future. Speaking via Dirty Mo Media on YouTube, Griffin said, Base Pro Shops is a longtime NASCAR sponsor and has signed to serve as Martin Truex Jr.'s primary sponsor for 28 or more races this season. Moreover, it has ties with Noah Gragson, which could benefit the SHR driver if the JGR driver decides to retire.
There's a lot of rumors out there that Noah Gragson and Bass Pro Shops could even be going to an RCR, and that could be an added charter. And obviously, Bass Pro Shops has ties to Martin, so if Martin does retire, that probably helps Noah's scenario. If he doesn't retire, I think it probably hurts Noah's scenario. You know, there's a lot of cards to fall, but even on the Joe Gibbs side,
Truex himself has been pretty cagey about his plans. Just recently, he was asked about his decision, and he said,
"Yeah, I don't know yet. We'll see. I think, it's never enough time in this sport because, you need to start planning for next year like now. So it's a tough situation to be in, where I'm at right now, trying to figure it out 6-8 months ahead of time, whatever. But it is what it is. There's a lot of people that have to make plans and you don't want to mess them up. So you kind of got to be looking out for everybody else in these situations."
And then there was Sonoma. Truex has always been a beast on this track, but what happened recently in the race fueled the fire. The 2024 Toyota Save Mart 350 at Sonoma was a wild ride. The race was packed with drama, with several drivers getting into incidents all day long. With just 10 laps to go, it was a showdown between Chris Buescher, Martin Truex Jr., and Kyle Larson. It looked like Truex might snag the win, but poor planning had him pointing fingers at his team instead of celebrating. As the laps wound down, Buescher was leading the pack with Larson and Truex hot on his heels. But Buescher couldn't keep up the pace and got passed by both cars in one corner. Truex took the lead, but on the very next lap, he made a mistake and went wide, letting Larson slip through on the inside. Fans were hyped for Truex to make a comeback, but the team hadn't planned their fuel right. Running low, Truex had to conserve, and he somehow made it to the final lap. But coming down the last corner, he ran out of gas and watched helplessly as car after car overtook him, eventually crossing the line in a gut-wrenching 27th place. Truex was obviously frustrated, saying they worked hard all day only to run out of fuel in the last corner. He wasn't alone in his struggle. Ryan Blaney had a similar issue in Illinois recently. Truex later admitted they should have saved a bit more fuel, noting he wasn't going to catch Larson anyway. Truex's crew chief, James Small, was just as puzzled, saying they thought they had enough fuel to finish strong. Despite starting from the back after an early spin, their strategy seemed solid until the fuel miscalculation. Truex's season has been a mixed bag, with close calls but no wins yet. Meanwhile, his Joe Gibbs Racing teammates Denny Hamlin and Christopher Bell have racked up wins. With only 10 races left in the regular season, Truex and his crew need to iron out their issues. They've got a strong car, but so do their competitors from teams like Penske and Hendrick Motorsports. The number 19 crew can't afford any more slip-ups. Despite all this, Truex is still crushing it this season. He's sitting in 4th place in the driver's standings, with 4 top 5 finishes and 7 top 10 finishes. But the question remains, will he decide to go out on a high note or stick around for another round? So what's it gonna be, MTJ? The fans are waiting to know, and so is Joe Gibbs Racing. One thing's for sure, whatever decision he makes, it's gonna shake things up in the NASCAR world. Do you think Truex should retire, or does he have another season in him? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe for more interesting stories and updates from everything NASCAR. Do share this video with your friends. Until next time, keep the conversation going on Lucky Dog on Track.